Hey everyone, so we're going to be covering the last system of the human body, which is the nervous system. And last week we were talking about the endocrine system. So what are some general functions of the nervous system? The nervous system's main function is to maintain body homeostasis with electrical signals, provide for sensation, higher mental functioning, and emotion response, and activate muscles and glands. So here's some fun facts about the nervous system. There are more cells in the human brain than there are stars in the Milky Way. And if we lined up all the neurons in our body, it would be around 965 kilometers long, and there are 100 billion neurons in our brain alone. So damage to the nervous system can lead to diseases such as meningitis, epilepsy, and cerebral palsy. So meningitis is the inflammation of the lining of the brain and the spinal cord, and it may be bacterial or viral. Epilepsy is a seizure disorder of the brain, and it's characterized by recurring and excessive discharge from neurons. And cerebral palsy is when there are disturbances in voluntary muscular action due to brain damage. So we're going to move on to talk about what the nervous system consists of. So first up we have the brain, which controls our thoughts, memory, and speech, and movement of the arms and legs, and the function of many organs within our body. Next up we have the cerebrum, which is composed of the right and left hemispheres, which are joined by the corpus callosum, and the functions of the cerebrum include initiation of movement, coordination of movement, temperature, touch, vision, hearing, judgment, and etc. So the spinal cord functions primarily in the transmission of nerve signals from the motor cortex to the body and from the afferent fibers of the sensory neurons to the sensory cortex. The brainstem is the distal part of the brain that is made up of the midbrain, pons, and the medulla. So we're going to start with our activity for the nervous system, and here's some few materials you're going to need. You're going to need some yellow Play-Doh, a blue ball, some green, orange, and blue paint, and some glue. So we're going to take the yellow Play-Doh and line them up diagonally, and that's going to represent the myelin sheath. Well, one single yellow Play-Doh is going to represent the myelin sheath, which main function is that it allows electrical impulses to transmit quickly and efficiently along the nerve cells, but altogether they're known as the axon. Like all three of them are known as the axon. And the axon's main function is that it conducts electrical impulses away from the neuron cell body or soma. And now we're going to take the green paint and start painting the cell body and the dendrites. So the cell body is the spherical part of the neuron that contains the nucleus and connects to the dendrites, which bring information into the neuron, and the axon, which sends information to other neurons. And the job of the cell body is to control all the functions of the cell. And now we're going to take the yellow paint, and those are going to represent the axon terminals, also referred to as the axon endings, that are somewhat enlarged and often club or button shaped. And axon terminals are that part of the nerve cell that makes synaptic connections with another cell. The blue paint is going to represent the synapses, also called the neural junction, and it's the site of transmission of electrical nerve impulses between two nerve cells, or between a neuron and a gland or muscle cell.